Cash flow statement is divided into three parts which cater to operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities respectively. One by one, we find out the net inflow or outflow of cash resulting from each of these three activities. In the end, we figure out the net inflow or cash flow after summing up the results of all three activities, and this indicates the change in cash position of the business during the year. For example, imagine that the operating activities result in cash inflow of 4 million, the financing activities result in cash inflow of 1 million, and investing activities bring in another 2 million. The net result of all three activities is the cash position increasing by 7 million. Therefore, the net cash from last year should go up by 7 million. Let us now look at cash flow statement of Reliance Industries Limited to get a better sense of presentation and format of the cash flow statement. On your screen, you see the cash flow statement for Reliance Industries Limited now. The statement appears on page 170 of the annual report for 2014 for this company, and it runs into two pages. So I have both these pages at the same page here. So look at section A, and you have section B and section C as well. So as we discussed, the statement is divided into three parts. The part A deals with operating activities, part B deals with investing activities, and finally the third part deals with financing activities. Now let us look at the three sections one by one and see what is going on in there. This is part A of cash flow statement for Reliance Industries Limited. You have two columns which show figures for 2 years. This is the current year, this is the previous year. So in the first section, we start with net profit before taxes as per statement of profit and loss. So this is the accounting profit that we said is not equal to the cash profit. So we start with this profit figure, and then we do some adjustments here, backward calculations, and we figure out the amount of cash profit. And then we do some more adjustments for changes in working capital, and finally we get the amount of cash generated from the operations. We pay taxes, and finally we have the net cash inflow or outflow from operating activities. Now we will get into the details of what these adjustments are, but let me quickly tell you that these include the non-cash items. For example, depreciation is a non-cash item. So this includes non-cash items and also includes non-operating items. So here, dividend income and interest income, finance costs, these are non-operating activities, as you understand. So we need to adjust the figure of accounting profit for few items in order to reach at the figure which will be called the cash inflow or outflow from operating activities. The second part is on cash from investing activities. As we discussed earlier, this includes sale and purchase of long-term assets or any investments. So you have purchase of fixed assets, sale of fixed assets, purchase of investments, sale of investments, etc. And also this section will include any interest which you earn, any dividend that you get as a result of the investments that you make. So the net cash which results from the investing activities is shown at the end of this section. Part C of the report includes financing activities. As discussed before, this should include the issue of share capital, preference share capital, any loan raised, basically all sources of funds. So you have share capital, you have share application and buyback. We will talk about it in detail at a later stage. You have proceeds from long-term borrowings. These are the loans raised, and these are the repayments of the long-term loans. Then you can also have short-term loans, and then whatever dividends are paid to the equity, whatever interests are paid on the loans, as we discussed earlier, will also fall under the purview of financing activities. Finally, you have the net cash inflow or outflow resulting from part C, which is financing activities. And in the end, we club part A, B, and C to figure out the net cash inflow or outflow after all three activities here. And this figure represents the change in the cash position of the business from previous year. So in this case, the cash position in the previous year was this figure, and this is net cash outflow during the current year, and hence you are left with this figure for cash position. And that is the format and presentation of cash flow statement.